Before we take a look inside the beautiful Meeting Street Inn, let's take a step back in time because this property has an incredible story. The history of this location begins in 1837 when it was home to the Charleston Theater. The theater was one of Charleston's premier entertainment venues and was designed to resemble the Royal Theater in Berlin, Germany. Sadly, during the devastating Great Charleston Fire of 1861, the theater was destroyed, leaving the property in ruins. For the next 13 years, as Charleston struggled through the hardships of the Civil War and its aftermath, the site remained abandoned. Everything changed in 1874 when Baltimore philanthropist Enoch Pratt purchased the property. He divided it into 4 lots and sold the northern parcel to Adolf Tiefenthal, a German immigrant and successful businessman. Tiefenthal commissioned architect D.A.J. Sullivan to design the beautiful brick building that you see today. The first floor became a lively saloon and restaurant, serving German beer, wine, and spirits, while Adolf Tiefenthal and his family made their home on the second floor. It really was truly a place where business and family life came together under one roof. After Tiefenthal passed away, his wife married Francis Odebeck Jr. in 1878, the son of the respected proprietor of Charleston's Pavilion Hotel. The family continued operating the saloon while living upstairs, carrying on the building's tradition as both a gathering place and a residence. Over the decades, the property changed ownership several times, but its rich history remained. In 1981, extensive renovations transformed this historic building into what became the Meeting Street Inn. Unfortunately, the company that owned the inn collapsed in the late 1980s and the property fell into disrepair. The damage became even worse after Hurricane Hugo struck Charleston in September of 1989, leaving this once elegant landmark in need of significant restorations. A new chapter began in 1992 when Francis Limehouse purchased the property and immediately began restoring it to its former beauty. His dedication helped preserve this piece of Charleston's history, not only at the Meeting Street Inn, but also at 2 of its sister properties, the Indigo Inn and the Jasmine House. Today, the Meeting Street Inn stands as more than just a beautiful place to stay. It's a living piece of Charleston history, with nearly 2 centuries of stories woven into its walls. And now that you know its past, let's step inside and see what it's like today. When I booked my stay at the Meeting Street Inn, I wasn't just looking for a place to sleep. I wanted to experience what it's like to stay right in the heart of historic downtown Charleston. If location is your top priority, it's hard to beat this. You're just a short walk from the Charleston City Market, King Street shopping, incredible restaurants, historic churches, museums, and so many of Charleston's most famous attractions. Throughout the day, you'll even hear and see the beautiful horse-drawn carriage tours passing right outside, adding to the classic Charleston atmosphere. Now, I do want to mention one thing about staying downtown. It's the parking. No matter where you stay in historic Charleston, parking is going to be one of the biggest expenses and probably one of the biggest headaches. That's just part of visiting downtown. But once you park your car here, the good news is that you can leave it behind and explore most of Charleston on foot. As I walked into room 110, I immediately noticed the beautiful hardwood floors that really fit the historic character of the inn. The room features 2 comfortable double beds, a refrigerator, an in-room safe, and even a clothes steamer, which is a nice touch that you don't always find in hotel rooms. There isn't a microwave inside the room, but guests can use the microwave located downstairs near the front desk. I also enjoyed the decor. The walls are decorated with historic Charleston photographs that help remind you that you're staying in a building with a fascinating past. The decorative chairs add another elegant touch, and the bedding was very comfortable, making it easy to relax after a full day of exploring the city. But here's where this review took an unexpected turn. I originally booked this hotel because of its incredible location. I had no idea that it also had a reputation for paranormal activity. Once I started researching the history, I discovered that the Meeting Street Inn has attracted the attention of paranormal investigators over the years. Over the years, some guests have shared stories of water faucets mysteriously turning on and off, strange noises, doors opening or closing on their own, mysterious shadows, and even sightings of figures dressed in period clothing. Others have simply described an unusual feeling that they couldn't quite explain why. Whether you believe in ghosts or not, these stories have become part of the Meeting Street Inn's unique character and certainly made me curious to explore a little more closely during my stay. Before I tell you more about my stay, here are a few things you'll want to know if you're planning a visit. Check-in begins at 4 p.m. and checkout is at 12 noon, giving you a little extra time to enjoy downtown Charleston before heading home. The Meeting Street Inn offers 56 guest rooms, including 20 rooms with 2 double beds. Some of the rooms also feature semi-private balconies. One of my favorite areas of the property is the peaceful garden courtyard. It's a quiet little oasis tucked away from the busy city streets and features a relaxing outdoor whirlpool spa, making it the perfect place to unwind after a full day of exploring Charleston. Another feature I really appreciate was the complimentary hospitality offered each day. Guests can enjoy a continental breakfast each morning to start the day, and in the afternoons, the inn hosts a complimentary wine and cheese reception. It's a wonderful opportunity to relax, mingle with other guests, and soak in the welcoming Southern hospitality that Charleston is known for. This place is gorgeous. They have it's very hot outside. They have wine and cheese between 5 and 6 p.m. This is actually really good. Really, really good. No ghosts yet, but I can't wait to see what happens tonight. Let's see what else they have. As I explored the building, I noticed something that immediately caught my attention: the incredibly wide doorways. They aren't just an interesting architectural feature. They're part of the building's history. When this building served as a saloon and restaurant in the late 1800s, the extra wide entrances made it easier for ladies wearing the large fashionable hoop dresses of the Victorian era to comfortably pass through the doors. It's one of those little historical details that help bring the past to life and reminds you that you're walking through a building that has welcomed visitors for well over a century. As I wrap up my stay at the Meeting Street Inn, I couldn't leave without making one final trip to the courtyard. Just after midnight, I grabbed my camera and I spent some time exploring, hoping to capture something unusual. As you'll see in the footage, I recorded a few interesting moments. Personally, I believe most of what I captured was probably lens flare. But there were a couple of things that definitely made me stop and wonder. You may even notice some of those curious moments appearing throughout this video. As for my own experience, I never felt uncomfortable or experienced anything that I could confidently call paranormal. What I did experience was an incredible appreciation for this building's rich history, its unique character, and the stories that have been shared over the years. Beyond the ghost stories, what really stood out to me was the warm and welcoming staff, the comfortable beds, the peaceful courtyard, and the unbeatable location in the heart of historic downtown Charleston. Everything you want to see is just a short walk away, making this an excellent home base for exploring the holy city. For me, the Meeting Street Inn isn't just a hotel, it's an experience. Whether you're here for the history, the charm, the convenience, or maybe even a little chance to experience one of Charleston's legendary ghost stories for yourself, I think you'll find something to love. My final rating, 5 pineapples. If you enjoyed the review, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to Charleston with Vikki, and ring that notification bell so you won't miss my next adventure as we continue discovering the very best of Charleston, one place at a time. Until next time, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.